Eve. When his mother was 8 months pregnant with him, their neighbors in Rwanda tried to murder his family. They literally ran for their lives. A month later, he was born in a refugee camp in Congo. Conflict arose, so they sought safety in Kenya. Once again, conflict followed them, so they moved again. They finally settled down in Togo. After the atrocities he had seen, Eve's heart had been filled with hatred. He hated humanity because he had found little of it in people. His heart had hardened because of his childhood as a refugee, but that all changed when he received his shoebox through Operation Christmas Child when he was 11. He marveled at the fact that a stranger would send him a gift when his own neighbors in Rwanda had tried to murder his family. At the top of his shoebox was a wool scarf. He had no use for the scarf as he lived in the tropics, but being taught to save everything and not let anything go to waste, he stored it away. On their webpage, Operation Christmas Child describes their project as an organization that uses gift-filled shoeboxes to demonstrate God's love in a tangible way to children in need. Throughout the year, volunteers fill shoeboxes with school supplies, hygiene items, notes of encouragement, and a wow item, like a doll or a soccer ball. The shoeboxes are then collected at drop-off locations in all 50 states and Puerto Rico on National Collection Week in November. They are then processed for overseas shipment in 8 major processing centers in the United States. Finally, the shoeboxes are distributed as Christmas gifts to children in need in more than 100 countries. I have been filling shoeboxes with my family since I was very young, and I have been a year-round volunteer since the 6th grade. I've heard countless stories of how these shoeboxes impact children's lives, and these stories are what make me passionate about this organization. As I share with you the difference that Operation Christmas Child is making in the lives of these children and their communities, I hope you would consider donating hygiene items to fill the shoeboxes with. With your donations, Operation Christmas Child can go deeper into these communities, spreading the great joy that comes with the great news of Jesus Christ. Dirt roads, murky waters, houses made out of sticks. This is the reality that many children face every single day. Poverty is very real, and families are constantly fighting to survive. This inescapable poverty that confines children leads to hopelessness as familial tensions rise and families are torn apart. Emmanuel from Zambia is a real-life example of how destructive poverty can be for families across the world. In this month's edition of Operation Christmas Child Special Report magazine, they highlighted Emmanuel's life before Operation Christmas Child reached his community. They wrote, 12-year-old Emmanuel's parents divorced 8 years ago. The sad little boy was sent to live with his grandmother, Judith. It is a story that local church partners hear all too often. Poverty and lack of hope lead to divorce, which leads to children being abandoned by their parents because they cannot afford to take care of them. This inescapable cycle of poverty becomes an inescapable cycle of brokenness and hopelessness as children struggle to feel loved and accepted. This is where Operation Christmas Child comes in. Like a superhero swoops in to save the day, Operation Christmas Child flies in, delivering hope and love to these children. Operation Christmas Child is making an eternal impact. The items inside the shoebox do not pull children, families, and communities out of poverty. A toothbrush and a Barbie doll cannot shatter the confining poverty and bring them a life of wealth. Moreover, toys break. Flip-flops are outgrown, and soap slowly diminishes until there is none left. But the love of Jesus Christ remains forever, and that is the most important impact that Operation Christmas Child could ever make in the lives of these children. The message behind the gift, the message of God's overwhelming love, is what makes the difference. In an interview with Donna Pierce, South Florida area coordinator, she mentioned how, after conducting research in India, Operation Christmas Child discovered that the gospel pamphlet included inside the shoebox is read by 27 other people. One shoebox impacts 27 people. If 100 children in a community receive this shoebox, that is 2,700 people introduced to the love of Christ. That is the population size of most villages that Operation Christmas Child distributes to. Though they are poor in physical materials, the shoebox provides an opportunity for them to be rich in love, joy, and peace. Next, I wanted to exemplify the real impact and change that occurs through these shoeboxes in the lives of these children. Remember Eve? I mentioned earlier how he had stored away his wool scarf because he had no use for it in the tropics of Togo. While 3 years later, his family received refugee resettlement in Buffalo, New York, one of the coldest cities in America. In an interview posted on Operation Christmas Child's webpage, he says, "Was this a coincidence? No way. To me, it is a promise that Jesus knew my past, and he knows my future, and he knows exactly what I will need." The scarf not only kept him warm in New York's frigid winter, but it warmed his heart. He was brave enough to take a chance on people again. Eve continues, "Today, I love people." Now imagine if Operation Christmas Child had not gone to Eve's village. He would still feel the violence inflicted upon him and his family. Instead of hating those who killed, he could have become the thing he hated. Instead of being filled with God's goodness and faithfulness, he would have been filled with anger and bitterness. So what can you do to impact children's lives eternally? You can help by donating hygiene items to fill the shoeboxes with. So the next time you walk into Walmart to buy a snack for class, consider walking towards the hygiene aisle and picking up some essentials. Things like toothbrushes and bars of soap can be purchased for less than $1 at Walmart. And though it is a small financial investment on your part, it allows for a huge investment to be made in the lives of these children. You can donate these items by taking them directly to the collection center in Hollywood, or you can give them to me and I'll make sure that they make it to the center. Thank you for taking the time to consider donating towards Operation Christmas Child. Together, we can help spread great news and great joy.